In this video, we would like to show you how to use terminology. So after creating a term base and entering your first term entry, now let us show you how you can use term bases in daily life where there's already a bit more terminology in them. And MultiTerm ships with one example that we can take a look at that lends itself to just learning the first few basic features when using MultiTerm for managing terminology. So let's assume you would like to take a look at this example. You go to File, Open, then to open the term base that ships with MultiTerm. You can browse for terminology here, and you will see that in your My Documents SDL MultiTerm samples folder, you have the sample term base that we will want to look at. Simply say Open, click OK, and then the term base opens within the MultiTerm environment. The first thing that you will want to do is go to the Browse pane here, which basically shows you an alphabetical order of existing terms in your term base. And then what you might want to do next, if you want to search from English as a source language, then you can go to the reverse button here, and this will then make sure that you have English as the source language, which is probably better in this video than starting with German. So now that these options have been set, let's search for terminology first of all, and just a few examples to get you started. So to search for terms, use the search box up here, where you can basically then type the search term you would like to look for. So for example, if I wanted to look for photo printer, then I can enter it here, press enter, and then the corresponding matching term is shown in the hit list. Obviously you can also use wildcards and other search functionality to find the term, so I can also basically look for photo star. This then shows all the entries that start with photo. And likewise, I can say, show me all the terms that end with printer. And then I can see all these terms being shown here in the hit list as well. What I can also do is customize the hit list. So I can say in the hit list settings here, show me not only the source term, but also the target term, which then basically is this switch here. Just say OK. And then you can see that now on my hit list, the source and target terms are shown. So this is just a bit of functionality in terms of searching for terminology. I go back to the Browse pane just to show some other features. There are also other search modes here which are interesting. So for example, the fuzzy search is quite interesting because it allows me actually to search for terms even if I don't know exactly the right spelling. So let's assume I don't know exactly how the term is spelled and I'm looking for something like color cartridge. And then even though I have a U in here, so the British spelling and the wrong K here, still MultiTerm is able to find both color cartridge and color cartridge ribbon. So what is also possible is to basically say then, type just the ribbon with one B, and thanks to the fuzzy search, you can find the terms back as well. So that's also quite powerful. You have also some advanced search functionality like searching for duplicate terms, searching for ad hoc entries, which means entries that have been added, for example, from within SDL Trader Studio, just on the fly. Then you can search for them here. You can go to entry number and so on and so forth. You can also switch the layout here. You can say, give me different layouts. So I just want to see the languages only. I want to see the full layout. So when was a term created and last changed? I only want to see source and target if I'm going from English to German. Or I want to see all the languages, then French comes back as a third language in this particular entry. So you've got lots of ways of different views that you would like to look at in terms of the terminology. Adding terminology was handled in a different video available with Studio and MultiTerm, so take a look there to find out how to add new terminology. And finally, you can also filter for terminology. So for example, if you want to make sure that you want to look for only source entries that have synonyms in them, then what you can do is you can go through and you can now see that whenever there is no synonym in English, which is the current source language, then the entry gets grayed out. But when there is a synonym, then it is shown in the normal way. You can then have a soft filtering or hard filtering, as the case might be, just to use the full power of searching in MultiTerm as well. Finally, we have the term-based management pane here as well. And here you can, at any point in time, do things like exporting your data, importing data, defining input models, which means models for creating terminology faster and in a more structured way. You can set filters, so we've got just seen the source contains synonyms filter. You can define layouts on top of the ones that are already shipping. And quite nicely, you can change the definition of the term base. So let's assume I want to add a new language to the term base. I can just click edit. Then I get all the information from the term base here. And then I could, for example, say I want to add Spanish now as a new language. Then I would do that and go through. I could change also the fields that are available, which is also handled in the other video. I could change the entry structure if I wanted to, and then just click finish. And then MultiTerm asks me to reload the term base because now Spanish has been added. And then when I want to add a new term in Spanish, then I could now do this at any point in time by opening the edit mode, and then Spanish is shown on top of the other languages that we have seen before. So this is quite nice to be able to add new languages at some point in time as well to your terminology like this here. Thanks very much.